total. You know what I did? I took care of my family. I paid for them.
Nesting a man and allow him to lead her is not allowing the relationship to really take the course that the man is trying to lead them to.
What do you think it is inside of...
In her age group, they're not mature. And then she dates an older man, sees what it's like. She's like, oh, this is different. Guys that are serious, guys that want something, obviously.
Inside of my arm, every time I bend it, it rips back open again. I just can't get rid of you. You don't understand social cues. I'm just looking at you like I don't give a fuck, and you're just sitting there still going.
I wish I started off with this.
Because I'm going to tell you what nobody's telling you.
It's time.
Them babies are yours. And that...
Why the did women decide that we wanted equality? I don't want equality. I don't want it. Take us back to how it was before, minus the ass beatings. They're telling me we fought for this? Like they were telling us, no, stay at home. And we were like, no, I want a job. I want to go to school. I want to earn money. It is 7:30 a.m. Okay, I don't want to do this shit. Malala, I think you're so cool. Thank you so much for everything you've done, but this is not my journey. This is just not my journey.
If there was one thing that you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Pick your clothes up off the floor.
What was that again? I couldn't hear.
Pick your clothes up off the floor.
Okay. Why can't women just remember to leave the toilet seat up?
You know, that's a great question. Goes both ways.
Okay. Okay. Women often talk about hormones influencing their emotions and behavior. Why are there some women who shame men for being horny when testosterone is a male hormone?
These interview questions seem super sexist, and I'm not going to continue this. Thanks so much, though.
Doesn't it go both ways, though?
It seem all pretty sexist. That's okay, though. Thank you so much.
There you have it. Exposing double standards is ding 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 sexist.
You don't spend your man's money, someone else will.
I'm kind of at a loss, because when has it been okay to take advantage of a man? Putting myself in his shoes, the only way to prove that I love you is to pay for everything? Imagine if a man was asking a woman to provide everything. Like, are you, the woman, willing to provide everything? I don't know, I feel like that's kind of up. I guess my view on it is that nobody in this world owes you anything. If you want something to happen, you gotta go and make it for yourself. It takes two to tango. Both partners have to put in. If it's just one person, that's gonna create a lot of bitterness. So it just depends on every couple. Every couple is different. At least that's my view.
I just want to talk about how it's so annoying sometimes how men have absolutely no understanding of the little jabs that women make at each other. And like, if you're a girl, you know what I'm talking about, where like girls kind of say some that flies under the radar. A dude does not think like that, and they'll go, why are people thinking that this is offensive? Like, why do they think she's being rude? Obviously it's a nice thing. Like, oh, they said something nice. But girls, we know, like, if someone's kind of slyly saying something or like saying something subliminally, like, we get it. So I hate when dudes in comments, like if a girl comments like, oh, this is rude, dudes are like, what are they talking about? This doesn't make any sense. They're not being... Just know, y'all, we are operating at a system way above yours, okay? We can see some that you will not ever be able to understand. Thank you so much.
Why are you so upset that I'm telling the reality that men want? Men don't want women who have children by other men, especially productive, competitive, especially productive, competitive, successful men. Higher value men choose overwhelmingly to start their own families. See, what you have a problem with, man, is men finally saying what men have always thought. If you don't want the downsides or consequences that come along with being a single mother, get married before you have a baby.
I appreciate the truth and the honesty.
Then what's the problem? But what's the problem with saying?
I just don't feel like that's
feelings, man. What's the problem with you cannot overtalk me? You cannot overtalk me. You cannot do that. Calm down and just respond. You can unmute yourself, but you can't overtalk me. See, this is another reason dealing with women with children. You get overly emotional because Your children are important to you, but they're important to you, not us.
So you're 23 and you're opting out of dating because women all hate men and it's impossible to find a good woman. And when I ask you, well, where have you been looking for women? You say Tinder, or the bar, or the club. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Have you thought about like maybe attending a church? Right? Somewhere maybe a more morally strong woman might go to, with, values that you might concur with. Well, I've thought about it, but I don't want to wait until marriage to have. Okay, then opt out of dating. I don't give a shit. Bro, are you genuinely? All you guys in my comments are like, I tried all the dating apps.
And I think one of the other problems with a lot of these modern women is that they feel like they have options. They feel like they can just replace a man. Or I can replace him. He fumbled me, this, and this. And then never end up replacing that man. Well, I didn't replace him. I didn't find another man because I didn't want to. You didn't want to because you couldn't. And so you didn't want to continue the search or the journey because halfway through you realized, dang, maybe I did fumble. Maybe I did do the wrong thing. Maybe he was actually a good man.
And I don't care what nobody say. If a man break up with a woman, that is one crazy or something is actually wrong with her, because men do not leave. They will stick around to the very end. So if a man leave a woman alone and really stand on that block, never talk to him, never answer again, that shows a lot. He's be holding on no matter what your flaws is. If a man really love you, like you, he will stick around. If that man, even if that man, cheating or whatever the case may be, and you cheat back, if he love you, really like you, he will not leave you. But if a man leave you, something is wrong with you. Like, I don't care what nobody say. These boys, these men, they do not let up easily. And
somewhat true. We will stay if we really like you. And for a man to leave you, block you, and do all that stuff, yeah, you got to be a little mental or stalk. Something got to be truly wrong with you on that aspect.
Most pimps are women. Like most are women. We just don't refer to them as pimps. We think that the pimps are the guys with the and things like that. But most in the world are women, because what's a pimp? A pimp is someone who gets somebody else to work and who then hands over the money. That's what a pimp does. Actually doesn't work. His girls work, and he has managed to get them to hand over their hard-earned money. That's why we think it's like shady.
Have you heard of the allowance system in Japan?
Where the guy hands over his salary because the woman takes care of the finances and he gets an allowance?
He hands over the whole thing, and then she says, okay, you get this much to go have drinks with your buddies and play, do fishing or whatever.
I don't necessarily think that is necessarily a bad thing. Like, on some level, what was the traditional role of the woman? To like run the household, like home economics. Economics involves money. It's like we have to budget for these utilities and the rent, and like that's part of her job, is doing the accounting perhaps. So I don't necessarily think that's a problem as long as she can do it competently. But if there's a culture around that, maybe she was trained by her mother or by schools to do that kind of a thing, to run the household.
True. Yeah, I've talked to friends who they have the girlfriend doing the taxes for them. They seem to be very happy with it.
I'd love it in my taxes, man.
This is a tip for my man living by themselves. Man, the road to success is the least traveled path, and it's always under construction. It isn't crowded, and it's never finished. See, taking the easy route, that's what most people do. We not most people. They avoid the challenge. But see, the truth is, real success is a road that few people will walk, and it's always under construction. It's obstacles, setbacks, and work at every turn. Be willing to take the walk, embrace the grind. Understand that it's gonna be obstacles, and build the road as you walk. Take the path that others avoid. That's how a man grows. The road to success is never finished, but neither are you. It's a tip for my man living by themselves.
Okay, if you're ugly as don't compliment me.
Oh no. I really hope that this is rage bait.
The 1 out of 10 complimenting someone literally means nothing.
It literally means nothing. Unfortunately, though, there are a lot of individuals out there that do have this type of opinion. They genuinely don't want to be complimented by someone unless they consider that person to be attractive.
Of course you think someone's good looking. Bro, if you're good looking and then you compliment me, then it's a compliment.
Just a thought. And this is for those individuals that happen to have that particular type of vain, one might even go so far as to say shallow type of mindset, because they are used to receiving compliments from random people on a regular basis. How exactly are you going to feel once the compliments stop coming so regularly? Because it will happen. I wonder exactly who they're going to be grateful to receive compliments from then.
You have to learn to communicate in a healthy way in order for a man to want to stay with you and build with you for a lifetime. It's one thing to have the title, to have the ring. It's one thing to have a man in your bed. But what about a man that actually wants to be with you and love on you every day? Smiling to be around you because you're just so easy to communicate with. Imagine that.
Be wondering why my husband isn't as affectionate as he once used to be.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if!
Yep, it's a slow and painful for a man, and it starts right there. As soon as you start acting like you're doing him a favor, he's done. A lot of men will continue to trudge on through to make the marriage work, but after years of rejection, he is going to stop trying. And not a lot of women are going to have this level of self-awareness to realize that's why.
And for a lot of these guys, the moment they stop caring, there's a whole lot of clarity. There's a whole lot of stuff that got a lot easier. Because you stop worrying about modern women's feelings, what they want, their emotions. You stop trying to cater to what it is that they want, where they want to go, the things that they want to do. And they don't even know what they want to do. You stop paying attention to that type of stuff and you start living your own life. That's what a lot of men are getting towards. That's where they're going towards. That's why you see a lot of men pulling back, not talking to women anymore, not approaching them, going to where they want, showing up in spaces how they want to. Well, men they were all on the stage and they were dancing and they didn't let a woman get on the stage. Well, I paid just like you did. Get here early. Otherwise, shut up talking to me. Hey, why are you coming over to my section? I don't know you. Well, you gotta have the girls. I don't need to have you. I'll invite the women that I want over here. I control my own environment. You didn't pay for this. Goodbye.
Did y'all get married today?
Yeah, low-key we did.
Do y'all need
We did.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey,
Can I please get you? Stop.
You want me?
I want you.
For real?
Yeah, dead ass.
You have a whole man though.
Yo, dead ass. What is he supposed to do? Watch.
You like me better? Let's keep going.
No.
Oh my God, brother, she's cooked.
I'm not.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what to say. What do you even say to that? It's so crazy to me that a couple months ago, you guys were all going about how embarrassing it is to have a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, having a boyfriend is so embarrassing. Vogue said it's so embarrassing to have a boyfriend. Dating in 2025 is actually a humiliation ritual. Dating a woman in 2025 is the biggest humiliation ritual you can put yourself through. Because what she'll do is, she'll do some stuff like that, and then if you have an issue with it, she's gonna call you insecure. She's gonna be like, oh, you're insecure. I was just, I was just going. Yeah, it's literally not worth the time, the energy, the effort. It's actually insane. If you're dating in 2025, you gotta have a humiliation kink. You gotta enjoy being humiliated.
We about to come out hitting. I need to know, Sarah, why are these guys so corny these days? Why are men so corny?
Okay, first of all, I'm so glad that you asked this.
Mm-hmm.
Why are women so traumatized that they feel like a man that treats them well, is thoughtful, compassionate, and actually shows up for them is corny? Why is it that women are so traumatized that they want the man that's emotionally unavailable and will do actual things to make them feel worse about themselves? Why is it that women can't just take the time to appreciate a good man when they see him? So much so, they so traumatized, they gonna say, oh, he's a simp. Oh, he's corny. Maybe that's why you single. And you need to be out here getting recycled by every man that'll use you, because apparently you ain't looking for love. I feel like weak people get together with other weak people and they call it marriage. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to say this so bluntly. And I say this with love to all of my ladies, okay?
Oh, Lord
I really
Jesus
do.
Christ.
The majority of women want the finished product man. And the man that is a finished product would not choose the majority of those women.
Because men have a desire to lead and teach. He doesn't want a woman that knows everything.
No. I think that it's not about a woman knowing everything. I think I'm a fairly wise woman. I think I'm a well-read woman. I have 3 degrees, an honorary doctorate. I've traveled around the world. I've taught people about leadership, self, and business development.
Why? So you can put your live, laugh, love signs everywhere? Or those weird fake flowers? A lot of men set up their house the way they like it. It just goes to show how compromising men are. They deal with all the weird decorations and all the weird extra stuff that you don't necessarily need. Men are really smart. They get what they need, and that's pretty much it. It's simple, it's easy, it's efficient.
A feminist commented on my video proving exactly why feminism is so hypocritical. So I made a video calling out feminist contradictions, and this girl commented, "Make your choices, we literally don't care, but stop pretending your choices are the only valid choice." Girl, did you even watch my video? Because you literally just proved my entire point. I called out feminists for claiming to support all women's choices while bashing women who choose differently. And your response was to bash me for clearly choosing differently. And here's what I find so fascinating. I share my beliefs, which is the First Amendment, right? And suddenly I'm the problem for having an opinion. But here's the real issue with modern feminism. You can believe whatever you want, but your beliefs and values need to line up with your words and actions. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of you seem to fall short of that, and that's why you lose credibility. I've never once told a feminist her choice is wrong. I simply call out contradictions and educate women on why I believe feminism is anti-women. But I don't attack women for their choices. There's a difference between educating and attacking. You got triggered by me exposing contradictions, then responded with the exact contradiction I called out. If you truly believed in choice, you wouldn't be triggered by mine. That's the tea.
I need to be cracked out, put on the bed.
The jokes write themselves, I guess. With the hijab as well, astaghfirullah. I honestly, like, if I speak, I'm in trouble.
Women are terrible drivers. I disagree. Women are excellent drivers. Women were put on earth to drive. And the one thing that women drive the very best is men crazy.
And just so y'all know, there's no such a thing as someone coming in and taking your spouse away. There's not a human on earth right now. I don't care what your money look like. I don't care what your status is. I don't care what kind of car you drive. There's nobody on this earth right now that can take me away from my person. A person who is taken is a person that wanted to be taken, plain and simple. Y'all always want to blame somebody. Blame your spouse. If somebody comes into your relationship, it's your spouse's fault. They owe you the loyalty, not everybody else outside of your spouse.
You know, a lot of these brothers have really, and I don't think modern women understand it. They have really been the only ones fighting for the relationship. I know a lot of modern women like to come online and talk a whole bunch of nonsense like he never tried. And maybe in some situations that was the case. But in a lot of these situations, it was the man that was the only one ever trying in a relationship. And some of these women will actually admit it. Yeah, you know, he was, he was giving, 100%. And, I was cautious, but, I wanted to see how things went. And so giving minimal effort while he's giving everything for literal years.
random, but if you got a good looking man, you need to make sure that he is disciplined and he fears God, because baby, girls are gonna approach him. Girls are gonna text him. And if he don't have no type of resistance, he's gonna respond.
Never have anything be good enough. Never be satisfied. Be unhappy on principle. There are women who think if they never give up the happy, they'll keep trying harder. They've got it backwards. You give up the happy, he wants to know how much happier he can make you. Well, if that made her happy, what about this? They don't know that.
You mentioned at the start, right?
This woman says dating an older man is not a red flag.
Shouldn't be a red flag to like older men. Men get finer as they age. It's honestly not fair. You know, like when you get those little speckled silver hairs coming in, you look like a Greek god. And you just get so masculine and emotionally mature the older you get.
Where's she wrong at though? Everybody knows the story. Women, they mature early, men mature late. They don't get their money, they don't get everything going for them. Like she said, you gotta go through things, you gotta learn to be a man, trade, money, house, all that good men get late for the most part. So when a man already got together and a woman's in like her mid-20s, early 20s, and she looking at the men in her bracket, in her age group, they're not mature. And then she dates an older man, sees what it's like, she's like, oh, this is different. Guys that are serious, guys that want something. Obviously, the shorty herself gotta want those things as well, but a lot of young girls do that been raised right. Obviously, the thoughts are the thoughts. They're gonna smash anybody for whatever, bag chases, whatever the case may be, but she's right. A lot of young girls like mature men that look good, take care of themselves, and got their going, because, you know, the ones that are smart, they want a family, they like that mature. It's a turn on for them. They think that's sexy. With the way the world is now, you know, they're trying to shame men for liking younger women because women are in their 30s now single with kids or just single and not having kids. Nobody wants that because they've been through all that trauma. Where a shorty like this is like, yo, I like older dudes. So if you listen to this shorty, there's a lot of hers out there. You just gotta find them and stay away from the women that are in their mid-30s that got a lot of trauma. Be the man you're supposed to be, and shorties like this will come a dime a dozen.
Oh my God. Something very bad is going to happen. Are you sure he's the one? Are you sure he's the one? Huh? Don't marry him.
Early this morning.
Should I be here right now? I'm trying to see.
When you knock,
I feel like the universe is giving me signs. What's happening?
Early this morning.
When a mother emasculates the father, okay? When a mother emasculates the father and there's children in the household and the children observe that and see that, that causes so much detriment to the children, and I'll tell you why. In a family, the mother plays the motherly feminine role, okay? And then in a family, the father plays the fatherly masculine role. I'm not saying that every father always shows up as a father or shows up as a masculine role. But when a mother intentionally and deliberately emasculates the father, the children always grow up to a degree feeling confused about their orientation, about their gender role, about their place in the world. And I'm not talking about mothers that have a strong personality and have to play the father. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mothers that literally deliberately emasculate the father through, you know, putting them down or, you know, always trying to wear the pants in the relationship, okay? When that happens, the children always grow up feeling confused about the gender roles within the family dynamic, and then it causes them to feel confused about their role in their life, especially when it comes to their orientation or their gender. So when a mother is emasculating the father and putting him down and wearing the pants and being cruel and almost playing this power dynamic, it's so detrimental to the kids. It does something so significantly detrimental to the children, and it causes the family system to almost collapse. And I say that through my own experience, okay? Every time I've seen a family where the mother was almost playing the masculine energy and the father is playing not the feminine energy but is emasculated, doesn't feel like they can speak up, doesn't feel like they have a role in that dynamic, The children always have a degree of confusion as they grow up because the parents are supposed to play these roles. They're supposed to play the masculine, they're supposed to play the feminine. And when that doesn't happen, it causes confliction in the child, and it causes a confliction in where the child places themselves in their world.
This lady said getting money about you dudes is light work.
Yeah, the way I've been manipulating men into getting me stuff is I always I casually call them broke. I'm like, oh, it's okay if you can't afford it. And you must just not have it. You must just be a little bit of broke. I swear, every time you do that, they gonna send the money. That's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. The only cheat code. You just gotta casually call them broke. Casually.
It's like if he don't, then he not working.
Right. Exactly. Because they gonna be like, what? I'm not broke. And then send their way into that money.
You know what? These two free-riding, flat-purse freeloaders are making a fair point. Because I have to be honest with you, this will work on a weak-minded dude or a guy who's just not mentally prepared for these type of games. Because the male ego is a funny thing. So if a chick that you're trying to impress say something like that to you, it is easy for you to get sucked into that and start doing whatever she is asking you to do. You'll start trying to prove yourself to her. So I am not going to sit here and act like these two chicks are crazy. I think they're crazy for coming online telling everybody their secrets, but outside of that, I think what they're saying is legit. Now, I'm pretty sure the older dudes like myself, we ain't falling for this. We've been there, done that. We know these games. This is nothing new to us. We already know what it is when we hear it. So if you try this with a guy over the age of 35, there's a good chance he's going to do one of these three things. Number one, laugh because he thinks it's hilarious. Number two, hang the phone up because he know exactly what you're doing and he ain't got time for it. Or number three, delete your number so he don't have anything to do with you. And in most of those situations, he's going to do all three. But I like to share these videos to help the younger men who haven't been in this situation understand exactly what's going on. These women will use your ego against you. This is why these men will go into a strip club and throw all their money at these strippers, because these women will start playing with your ego. A stripper will make you feel bad, they'll make you feel cheap, all because you're not willing to make the paycheck that you just worked hard for rain in the middle of a strip club so she can walk away with all the money. And men fall for it all the time. If you're dealing with a chick and she is using these tactics, and it won't just be some chick you just met, it could be a chick you've been kicking it with for a minute, it could be your girlfriend. This is something that women use to get their way. They will make you feel a certain way, and then all of a sudden you're doing exactly what she wants you to do. This is why you gotta be careful out there. So I appreciate these ladies coming online sharing their secrets, even though it's really not a secret, but I can use this for a teaching tool for the young men out there who have never been in this situation. Because what these young ladies are saying is real, and there are men who fall for this every day. Just don't let that man be you. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
And I think another thing that, is kind of upsetting is that women will continue over and over again. And like I said, it makes sense for you to, kind of test things out and, seek to understand things and observe things. But modern women will test a man to death. They'll test a man to death. Never trust him. He never passes the vibe check. Could be with that man for years. Oh, now see, there's a reason I never fully trusted him. Yeah, but you trusted him to give you that paycheck and provide that money for you. You trusted him then to buy you that car and that house and everything that you got going on right now. What you really mean to say is, once again, these modern women want to live in the gray area of life. And so I can't even say when things go wrong. I would just say when things don't go according to what they want, then they have a way to escape.
Who's more delusional right now, men or women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Women, y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I gotta say this. I meet better men nowadays than I meet women.
Wow.
And that's just the truth. There are so many men nowadays who are ready to be married, who are ready to be family men, who are standing on principles, who are, really into and relational with the women that they're dating.
Right.
And I meet a lot of women who want to play the field, who want to be, more of we have womanizers, but we do have women who are manizers. And when you start to look at women who want a man to just perform, right, which goes into the same field as gold digging, that's a woman who is considered a manizer. And unfortunately, I meet a lot more, men who are like, Doc, I'm ready to get married, or, I'm ready for the next step, and women who either are not there yet, or they're saying they're there yet, but the behavior that they're exhibiting
And their inability to be able to nest in a man and allow him to lead her is not allowing the relationship to really take the course that the man is trying to lead them to.
What do you think it is inside of women that allows them to be a side chick?
That's a self-love deficit, a self-worth deficit. That's a daddy issue, a parental issue. Some women have mommy issues. We don't talk about that enough.
Wow.
They are so resentful toward their mothers that any woman that they can tear down is a representation of them tearing down their mother that they've been mad at. And so if I could sleep with your man knowing that that's going to dismantle you, when I really want to be able to dismantle my mother, who either abandoned me, who wasn't there, who mistreated me, who me, or who I have this resentment toward, then guess what? Every woman from that point on is just going to get it. And it's unfortunate because we blame women's bad decision making, right? Or they're misbehaving on daddy issues. But we don't talk about how there's mommy issues that women have as well. We always put mommy issues on men. But when a woman has resentment towards her mother, because again, they felt like the mom didn't show up in a way that she should have, then that woman has it out for other women, and that's easier for her to get into positions of being second. Also, daddy issues, right? If she's never had a father dote on her, love on her, and choose her, that means that any choosing that she gets for her is what? Valid.
Let me tell you, young girls, what nobody's gonna tell you. You got 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry. You're getting ready to be depressed. You're getting ready to want to unalive yourself. Okay? You're so in love with the baby daddy and you keep laying on your back. You're going to be alone. Your friends that all think your baby's cute, while they're out twerking something cute in a cute little pretty girl outfit arrangement, you're gonna be home with those babies, drowning in postpartum, drowning in depression, drowning in your mistakes and decisions. And all your friends, oh, I'm your friend. No, ain't no friends, babe. That's just what they are. Your friends. They're not your baby dad. Nobody's gonna tell you. Your mother's not gonna tell you. Your father's not gonna tell you. You're gonna find out when you call them because you have a job interview and nobody can watch your kid. And they're home. They're off that day. You're gonna find out when you're down to the change in the middle of your console to put gas in your car. That love ain't all that.
Speak on it.
Love takes hostages and will leave you and your kids in poverty and turmoil.
Wow.
So buckle the up.
I almost think that this deserves its own, like, independent video. I wish I started off with this.
Because I'm going to tell you what nobody's telling you.
Let's talk.
Them babies are yours. And that man ain't never going to change. This is hard. And I have more than a lot of you. And I'm struggling. So let me tell you what nobody will. Let me tell you what nobody will. Especially you young girls who keep laying on your backs having all these babies thinking it's cute. I know what you're going through behind closed doors. I know you're crying yourself to sleep. I know.
Joe, I wasn't ready. We need some, like, music behind this or something.
You're overstimulated and you're being a mean mom. I know what the is going on. So you can try to post your pictures and their cute little dresses and their shirts. But baby, I got 2. One's with my ex-husband from a very formal relationship, okay? By the book. And the other is from a narcissist that I was after. I wish I would have knew better.
God bless this woman for speaking the truth. There is nothing better than helping other people out, avoid mistakes that you've made, you know? But it's part of the reason I get on here and I talk about the things things that I wish I knew earlier. Nobody's perfect.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce you to a new category of men I'd like to call scabs, okay? If you're anything like me, you're a picker. And I like to pick my scabs. I know, disgusting. These ones just come back thicker, stronger. Eventually, they leave a scar and you never forget them. This can be related to women, but we're not talking about that today, okay? Because it's me, and I'm talking about men. And I don't feel like I need to say this, but if you don't like any of these, well, you're probably a scab in someone's life. Let's start this list off nice and easy, shall we? This one's gonna be anyone who drives a Tesla truck. You just look like a douche. I don't know you, but I'm gonna judge you anyway. I don't like it, and I don't like you. I just think that you would be some little stain in someone's life. You'd be the type of scab that's like a scrape. You know what I mean? It's like just all these tiny little jagged lines. Annoying, really. And also, related to this, any woman that drives a Lexus. Something about a Lexus is just sketchy. You know what I'm saying? She's probably a scab too. This next one's gonna be bragging. Men who brag all the time about all the they have and all the money they have, okay? There's a difference between just bragging and a humble brag, okay? You humbly brag, that's all right, I'll let it slide. You just bragging like, oh, I have all these houses and all this money and all these cars and I can fly you out here and do this and that. Shut up. Who asked? Who asked? You seem so boring, so uninteresting. You know what? You're just that annoying scab right here on the inside of my arm. Every time I bend it, it rips back open again. I just can't get rid of you. You don't understand social cues. I'm just looking at you like I don't give a fuck, and you're just sitting there still going on and on and on about all the you have. Women do this too, and that's a really good indicator that someone has no personality, all right? Men who split the bill on a date. Just say you're broke, okay? It's fine. Just don't ask me at all. I don't want to go out, all right? You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. You remind me of someone that cries while you're jerking off. Grown-ass boys, okay? If you're like really young in your young 20s, I guess I kind of understand. You know, you haven't had enough trauma yet. You haven't lived enough life. But if you're a grown boy, you're like a festering wound, okay? You're not even a scab. I can't get you to heal. You just keep coming back, just pus and everything. Open wound. Grow the up and just get heartbroken like the rest of us, like a normal person, okay? Go through the 5 stages of alcoholism and grief. This last one's my favorite one. This is a real special type of scab, okay? This is dudes that talk to me in acronyms. If we both speak English and you type text to me in acronyms, I ain't reading all that. I'm over that. I don't know what you're saying. I've had to try and Google things. I'm not doing that anymore. If I have to go to Google, try and figure out what you're saying, we're both speaking English, why can't you spell what are you doing? Why can't you? We have talk to text. Just, you don't even have to know how to spell. You're illiterate ass talking to your phone and just go, what are you doing? And it'll spell it out for you. That's how you are.
Okay. We just moved here.
Okay.
That's why we moved away from where we was. Because all my girlfriend kids is so disrespectful.
Okay.
I don't want to take her somewhere. She got to get out of my house. Yeah, just I don't want her here. She got to go. Well, they gonna take you somewhere, but you getting up out of here.
I told you I was gonna keep talking. I was gonna spit in your face, bro. You hear that? You hear that? Come on, just real shit.
What's going on?
Give me one. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna talk to the police. I'll call you right back.
Call the police for what? I'm in my house.
I said I'm gonna talk to the police. You stop talking. Stop.
And you get her out of my house.
Stop talking. I will. Stop talking. Long story short, not even arguing no more. I said something like, you know, talking about a little bit of don't drink, curse, right, whatever. Go back for it. Boom. She left. It was not even that serious. My sister got into it. Whatever. Not worried about it. He feel like he want to be the man in his house, which he not. I'm not your daughter. 21.
So
not your daughter. No. Nothing. Zero. Stop talking while I'm talking to her. Can you go into the next room while I'm talking to you? Because if you jump in my conversation with me, it's gonna be a problem.
yeah, let's. Can you just separate to the other room for me, sir? Just.
That's what's gonna keep it down. She has to go.
Okay. Do you live here?
No.
Okay.
I'm visiting.
How old are you?
21.
Okay. So you came over to visit your mom. You guys kind of got into it. And where do you live around here? Or do you live?
I have a house here. I always come here Mondays and Tuesdays so I can get job applications so I can not stay here but be down here full time. They take me home. They pick me up. Now nobody wants to take me home because everybody's in their feelings. So I'm talking to my mom. Not arguing with her. He wanted to be a man of the house. He jumped in the conversation. You're not disrespecting me. Yeah, but don't say nothing to me. I don't disrespect. I never disrespect you until now. Don't say nothing to me. I'm not your. I'm not. You have $3. We don't have to listen to you. Nothing. My mom's here. Whatever she left, boom, she dealt with it. This is my mom's house.
Right.
So
your mom and him, they live here.
Right.
They've allowed you to stay here.
No, my mom. He has no allowance over. He's not on my birth certificate. He's not.
Lives here.
Yeah.
He has residence.
Barely. I'm on the phone. Don't disrespect me.
You're about to end up in handcuffs for criminal trespass.
So now the police.
You need to move along. Find a different place to
You
stay.
need to move along.
Yes.
Don't you see where I'm trying to find a ride? Don't you see I'm trying to find a ride? Don't you see I'm trying to find a ride? I'm trying to find a ride and they over here disrespecting me.
Nope, hang up the phone.
I'm trying to. Bro. ride.
Stop.
You were given plenty of
I
opportunities.
know, because I'm trying to find me a ride. Get the out of here. Pick up my phone.
See you there.
Pick up my phone. Pick up my phone.
So I just want to talk a little bit more about the provider husband who is also expected to help out equally in the home. And I'm going to start off with reading a DM that I got. I've noticed a lot of Muslim men who see themselves as providers don't always want the kind of partnership I imagine. I want someone who cooks with me, not helps, and sees home responsibilities as equally his. And I noticed that even when men say that they're okay with that, I feel like a lot of them end up building resentment from providing financially while also equally doing things at home. But then I think of pregnancy and how much that changes things, and that makes me even more conflicted. So I was wondering, how do you achieve balance in this kind of situation or make it work in your perspective? So I addressed this, but I did get a lot of messages and comments about this subject, and so I just want to address some of those. So my perspective is that in a loving relationship, if at any given point there is one person, either the husband or the wife, who is doing much, much more towards the relationship or for the family than the other person, I think that there is something inherently wrong with that. If you care about someone, you should not be looking to saddle them with as much as they're possibly willing to take on because of something that's going to happen in the future, such as pregnancy. Now, should things change once pregnancy and motherhood come into the picture? Of course, dynamics need to be able to be flexible at home, where when someone's capacity goes down, the other partner steps up and picks up the slack. And the other thing is that people are sharing their anecdotal stories about how their father used to do this. They used to provide and then come home and help with household duties, or that their husband does this. And you know what? That's the dynamic shift that we need to see, right? Is that once someone has more on their plate, once your mother had more on their plate, once you had more on your plate, once there were children, and motherhood was involved and pregnancies were involved, then they went and they stepped up and started taking more part in duties. But what happened before the kids were there? What were your parents doing then? What were you doing then? Were you and your husband splitting the dishes when he came home from work? Because I actually have an example of someone who specifically spoke about, hey, I'm going to do one dish, and then when my husband comes home, he is going to wash the other half of the dishes. And honestly, I don't really even need to be given anecdotal examples because I see it all the time, especially with women who contribute to their household. And then they also have the brunt of the household duties that they manage completely on their own. And we don't like that, do we? And that's the entire thing, is that if you don't want this for yourself or your gender, then why would you think that that same thing would be okay for your spouse? And for those weird comments talking about how people are getting you to lower your standards, nobody cares what your standards are. You came to me asking me why you're not able to find provider husbands who also participate equally in duties at home, and I'm just telling you why.
There's going to be a lot of moms that aren't going to like my post, but I'm going to stand up and say, this was my choice. It's what I did. This is going to be a different post than my normal ones. So I married a beautiful woman in 2006 who had 2 amazing kids. I didn't have any kids. So my first kids were her kids. Their dad hadn't been gone very long, but I fell in love with this family and I came into this family. Now, I had nothing to do with the court battle that both of them had going on until the child support and alimony numbers came through. Now, mind you, I don't know this guy from Adam. I know some stories, and I love my wife. We have that in common, and I love the kids. But when those numbers came through, first thing that went through my mind is there's no way. This is going to bankrupt the guy. I'm stepping up. I'm saying, I want to marry this woman, and I want to take care of her, and I want to take care of the kids. No joke. The child support and alimony together was, now this is in 2006, we're over like $3,000. 2 kids, 12 and 10, and alimony. Stepped up and I said, look, we're going back to court. And we're going to drop those numbers. He cannot survive off of this. I work hard. I'm going to take care of you and the kids. Here's the one thing I always said. This was the rule. I'm not going to enjoy a boat that another guy pays for. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. We dropped those payments down to like $400 a month total. You know what I did? I took care of my family. I paid for them because I really didn't want him to suffer. You know what happened when the kids turned 18? The county decided, yeah, they're going to go after him for back child support, which is what counties do. Yep. And we went right back to court. I said, look, wipe it away. All that's going to do is bankrupt him. He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't. This is a relationship thing. Now I've stepped in. Now I'm going to take care of these kids. But this guy deserves an opportunity to restart. And I really never knew him very much. I took the kids to his place every other weekend. When we moved away, I drove 5 hours round trip on every other Friday and every other Sunday to take the kids to him, to spend time. You know what? Dads are important. Dads kind of have it tough. Dads are important. Whether they're bio dads or stepdads, look, it's tough enough living without your kids. And I know that they need to support, and I get that. But as a new guy, as a new dad stepping in, you know what? I care about dads. And this guy doesn't need to be bankrupt. I'm there. I'm stepping in. This is the family that I love. And I want to take care of them. I'm not going out on the lake on a boat that some other guy is paying for. Guys don't do that to guys. He didn't do anything to me. But he did father these kids. And he deserves to have some time with them. Dads, I got you.
And what these modern women, a lot of them can't sit with is a man knew exactly what he had and he still left. He knew exactly, he fumbled. He knew exactly what he had and he still left. Think about that. Really think about it. Really get it in your brain. Why would he leave knowing that I'm a baddie? Probably because you're only a baddie in looks, in physical looks only. You're not a baddie in your mindset. You're not a baddie in your emotions. You're not a baddie in your intellect. You're literally not a baddie in anything else but your body.